There, so sure get this right here. But for me to determine what I'm going to get out of a log, get a pretty good eye, but you see I made some marks on here. So I'm determining that I can get 7 boards out of that. So when I'm measuring and making a mark, it's about 6.5 inches. And this way it's how it's going to be, how wide the boards are going to be. So 1 by 8. And to determine that, you have to look at the scale actually on the mill, because this scale accounts for all your saw cuts. So if you look at this, now I can set my mill to take the first slab, but as you'll see, tape measure says 7 inches and we're not at 7 on the scale. So we're going to run all the way up to 7 when we get one slab off. Flip it over, it'll change, but we need 7.5 inches of that log in order to make 7 boards. So we'll start off, or 8 boards we'll get if we get out of there every cut. But so this is not a tape measure on here. This is a scale that gives you the cuts for 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 2 inch, depends on what side you use. If you're just making 6 by 6s or 8 by 8s, your scale on this side, you just take it off and take it over, put it on the other side. So let's see if we can burn the slab off and before the camera gives up. At about there, we might get a little wane, but we're going to make some boards. You can hear me, but those little blocks there, I use them all the time, just lifting just to help split the difference. So like I was saying here, you know, I'm a little over 7 inches there. I'm going to make some cuts out of it. That's going to give me a nice, and this way I got over 7 inches, so that's going to give me a few nice boards. We got some clouds floating around. Yeah, I just felt a raindrop, but don't look like it's going to be much. So. Afternoon. We're just going to do some 2x2 by 2x2 by 2. Yeah, let's see if I can get 3 pretty small logs, so quite a bit of taper. These 2 I think I can get 3 2x4s each out of, and a couple others. Might be a little bit of wane on them or whatever, but should make some nice little boards. So let's see if we can start knocking them off and see if it goes a little quicker. Rather than rolling each little log by itself and making 5 cuts, we can take them 2 at a time. So we're just going to let you watch, and if you get bored, you just have to shut him off. We'll see you in a bit. So I'm cutting this down, making sure I have 4 inches here. I'm going to flip it. Every time you just got to get in the habit of moving these dogs either up, when you turn your log and it's higher, or back down. You got to do it pretty much every time. That way no mistakes, not chopping them off. So if you know how long you watched, three little dogs that most people would say were garbage. Well, there's a couple of poplars, but we have one left, big. It's going to be 7" or 7.5, 1 inch. So we're just going to get at the chopping. We're going to chop that up, and then Al wants to see how it pulls, and Jack wants to see how that poplar turns out. So we're going to try and mill it a couple of different ways and just see what it looks like. So we'll catch you in a minute. It's pretty nice, but we have bark down a little ways, so here we're just going to take a 1 inch off of here. We'll trim it this way then, and we'll make it into a nice 1x6, and then we'll flip and we'll just make some nice 1x7. I'll try to do this for you guys. Trying to do it with one hand. We make it work. Well, let's flip this canter over. Drop our pins. Log stops. Nose can't, no bark. Down to a nice flat edge. It's pretty dull if you want to take from one end to the other. So that's 17 seconds to run from one end to the other to a 8.5 foot log. Dull blade. 17.5 seconds. With a sharp blade, it takes about 9 seconds. So we're down to just about going to change that blade after we make some lumber out of that poplar.